The Drum Hang, and I'm Chris Smith. Today's record of the day, Miles Davis, 4 and More. Now, make no mistake, I have to say, if there's a Mount Rushmore of jazz recordings for drummers, there's maybe 4 or 5 recordings. This is on that thing. This is, you gotta have this, you gotta know it. This changes everybody's life that hears it. All right, Tony Williams, I'd be lying if I told you honestly, but he's about, if he's not 18, he's close to 18 on this record. 1964 changed the way every drummer played after hearing this thing. Incredibly dynamic, musical, creative, innovative drumming, and this is like, I can't even find the words. This is like the baddest record. So check it out. It leads us to today's topic, which is jazz hat tricks. What that means is hi-hat usage as a jazz drummer. I'm going to give you 2 simple fills, tricks if you want to call them, hat tricks, that you can practice and use that will really make you sound like Tony Williams and Philly Joe Jones, because they're coming straight from Tony Williams and Philly Joe Jones. So, without further ado, check out 4 and More, and let's get into hat tricks. So these 2 examples on the hi-hat are actually quite easy to learn, but they're very important. They mix short sounds and long sounds, and most importantly for you beginning jazz drummers, they're getting your hi-hat foot playing on the the offbeat. So we're so used to playing either on all quarter notes or 2 and 4, but in order for you to get the sound and articulation of these 2 fills, you have to push your foot down on the and. So the first one is courtesy of 4 and More and the great Tony Williams. If you've ever heard 4 from this recording, you've heard him do it as the intro. I mean, it's burned in my brain probably as much as any piece of drumming. So I'm gonna sit down at the drum set and I'll show you how to do it and I'll explain it. It's very simple. You can loop it for as long as you want. You can use it as a fill, a comping device, or a solo piece of solo vocabulary, but it's super useful. So let's get to it. The rhythm on your hi-hat is 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. With your left hand on the snare drum, you're gonna be playing the downbeat on 1 and 3. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to lift your foot and then step it down on the and of 2 and the and of 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it sounds like this. It's important to step on the and of 2 and the and of 4 because it creates a whole nother sound. Otherwise it's the sound of your foot pressing the hi-hats together it shouldn't go with the sound of your stick. It should be in between. Creates a very thick sound. So that's that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the second hi-hat trick is something that you hear Philly Joe play all the time. It's short and a long. And he'll play it sometimes like that. Sometimes he'll play it short, long, long. I'll play it for you in a second so you don't have to just hear me singing it. But most importantly, from Hank Mobley's famous record, No Room for Squares, on the song No Room for Squares, here is Philly Joe playing this phrase. Check it out. So the Philly Joe phrase is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1. So I'm pressing my foot, my hi-hat foot, on 1. 1. I'm not getting a sound. I'm not pressing it to get a sound, but I'm pressing it to get a tight hi-hat. Lift, lift. Lift, lift. Lift, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4.